John remembers one of the lessons from that old coot of a hermit. John closes his eyes. Flashback. John then gets blasted in the ass by the sphere droid. Images not mine and imagine him using the dark saber. John, arg. This is annoying. Ben, see you can do it. Pause. I call it luck. Ben, from my experience there is no such thing as luck. John, continue on your path and you will be a great Jedi. John bows in respect. And Satine enters the room. Satine, do you mind if I borrow Kenobi? Sir John? John, I don't own him and you don't need permission, Lady cries. The couple then left. Pause. Ubo is gonna go nuts. John, that's an understatement. Back to the present. Penny sent her blades at him as he parries every single one of them. The battle appears to be one-sided until a voice came out from the speakers. Cinder, the time of man is over, the age of the Grim has begun. Grim began swarming the kingdom. Explosions can be heard as White Fang is shown on screen terrorizing the city. Team RWBY attacks and attempts to apprehend Mercury and Emerald. It was then Atlas Knights joined the fight. The people were relieved, but it turned into fear as the machines began attacking civilians. As this goes on, John snaps out of the trance and Penny joins the defense. Ojban's voice rang from the radio. Ojban, John, we got partial control of the broadcast, whatever you're gonna do it now. John's face then appears in the monitors. John, my name is John Arcadius, the so-called Mandalorian. I stand before you a free man and I vow I will die a free man. Like you, my life is plagued by this monsters. We have nothing left of our former lives except the hope of a better future for our children, the Mandalorian dream. I for one still believe in that dream. We have read this in our school books as children. Now is the time we embrace those ideals and stand up against the weight of tyranny. We have a duty to ourselves to throw off our oppressors. When I look around this kingdom, I do not see smoldering ruins. No, instead I see a sleeping army ready to awaken. The world is watching us now. How we respond will prove our claim. John then raises the dark saber, igniting it, and he continues. I stand before you and the world today to reaffirm the pledge our forefathers made to each other and for each of us to protect our lives, our fortunes, and our self-worth. So I ask you now to take up arms against the evil invaders and yell in their faces that they will never take our freedom. The people of Vale, inspired by the strength of his voice, decided to stand up for themselves and fought back. But they still can't do it alone until they saw something in the sky. Civilian, who are these guys? Kid, they look like that guy on the T.V. Mandalorians, this is the way. Then a guy with red hair suddenly asked, "Do you know the way?" RWBY saw the broadcast and, "RWBY, wow, now that is a heroic speech, and what is he holding? It looks like light, but it's black." Weiss, RWBY, that's racist. John flew to Beacon only to be met by students and teachers fighting off Grim, White Fang and AKs. Jaune lands near the professors and general. Jaune, I warned you Ironwood, but you didn't listen. Crow, I hate to say I told you so. Glinda, this is no time to argue boys, we need help. You have it. They looked up. Jaune, pause. Glinda, you know this man, Mr. Ark. Jaune, yes they're my people. Pause, this is a good day to die. Jaune, pause help the defense until they can evacuate. I'll look for more trapped students. Pause, understood. Jaune then looked inside the academy and found multiple students and helped direct them to the evacuation point. As he walked by the mess hall he found Yang. Jaune, Yang, what are you doing here? Yang, we're helping students out, but we split up to help more. Jaune, all right. Then they both hear a yelp of pain. They look into the hall and saw someone stabbing Blake with a sword. Before Yang could even react, John Rocket jumped in. Jaune, damn you! Adam turned to see a rocketing Mandalorian charging. Adam, like I told you Blake, I will take away everyone you care about. As he charges his moon slice. Jaune throws the dark saber. As he lands, Jaune recalls the saber. As Adam tries to cross blades with him, he is shocked when the dark saber melted through wilt and cuts off both his hands. Adam, RWBY. Jaune, the oppression of the white fan will never return, you have lost. Adam, no, 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 you will die. He never gets to finish when Jaune decapitates him. Blake, shocked at what she saw, passes out. Young, Blake, Blake. Jaune checked her pulse. Jaune, she's alive, get her to the evacuation point. Young nods and carried her bridal style. Young, what about you? Jaune, I have to check something just to be sure. They parted ways. Meanwhile, somewhere in Beacon, Cinder waltzes towards the tower. Ashbin, Jaune, where are you? Jaune, I'm heading towards the tower. Ashbin, understood, I'll meet you there.